Welcome to Coffee Break. This is the show where I talk about stuff that has happened and stuff that will happen. So let's get right into it. So much to discuss. So, this summer, for me at least, has been one of the most impactful summers I've had. Yeah, a lot has really happened for me. Most notably, if you've been on Twitch, I had a 24-hour live stream earlier this summer, back in June or July. I don't really remember. But anyways, that was one of the best streams I've ever had, and it was really fun, and I enjoyed all of it. Now, there was other stuff that happened to me, of course. Most notably, I got a car, and I can drive now, so that's really cool. Having all that happen probably made this one of the best summers ever. I got a car. Funny enough, my bike got stolen. And we met some dude online. Atlo Jart, or Atlo Hart. I don't know how you pronounce it. We'll talk about him later. That's pretty much all for what has happened. Now, I can definitely go more in depth than I will. The 24-hour live stream is actually a 3-part series, technically. The first part was my first attempt at it, which I failed. I only got through about half of it. A little bit more than half. And, I called it at 13 hours and 40 minutes because I was getting really tired at that point, and my good old friend Devin, or Racer, whatever the hell his name was on YouTube, he also did this challenge on Twitch, and he beat me. He got to like 14 hours or something. I don't actually really remember, and it made me kind of mad. So I decided to reschedule another one to happen like the next week or the week after that next week. I got a weekend or so, or just a couple days off of work scheduled off, because my boss also does follow me here. Hey, Johnny, if you're watching this, thank you very much. Yeah, he gave me 2 days off of work to where I can do this challenge. I started on the Monday around, like, it was probably, like, 7:30 or something in the morning. I was going to start later, but my friends were texting me and wanting me to just get started. And, yeah, if it hadn't been for them, I probably wouldn't have passed that challenge, like, succeeded, because I completely planned on, it was my full intention to wait until it was about, like, maybe 8:30 or 9 o'clock. Which I learned later on actually wasn't going to be the best idea, and I'll explain why in a bit. So, the 24-hour live stream started. I played Minecraft on someone's realm for a bit, and I quickly switched over to Super Meat Boy, a game I had been streaming at the time. Now, I don't really play that much anymore, because it just got kind of hard and boring, but, yeah, I streamed that for a very long time, ran into some, like, bitrate problems, and I switched over to, Super Mario Odyssey, and played that for basically the rest of the challenge, almost. Not quite the whole thing, but then I flip-flopped around a little bit. I believe I went back to Super Meat Boy at some point, and then I ended up in Minecraft. And yeah, now, that stream alone gave me like about 15 followers, I think, on Twitch. And that stream enabled me to get Twitch affiliated, because I also got Twitch affiliates this summer, which was really good, because that was one of my biggest goals, so that I can obviously make money off of Twitch. But that is not the primary goal of this. Mostly my goal with all of this, like YouTube, Twitch, and everything, is mostly just to, like, make you guys happy. The people who watch my videos. Those of you who do watch my videos, thank you very much. I'm glad that you stick around, watch my videos, and enjoy them, or love them, or whatever. And it makes me happy. Like, even though I only have, like, 45 subscribers at the time we're recording this video, just knowing that there is some people out there who watch my videos and are like, hey, this guy's pretty cool, I'm gonna subscribe to him. That just means the world to me, honestly. It's never really been about the money. But, yeah. I think that's enough about that part. Now, when I said it was a 3-part series, that's because I actually wanted to do it again. So, a weekend or two after that, I decided to redo it again. And I decided to start like 8:30 or 9 o'clock and stopped after 4 hours. Because I just got bored. Because I didn't want to do it again, because before the reason why I did it a second time was because I lost against my friend who beat me by an hour, and I wanted to be the first person in the friend group to do a 24-hour live stream, because that's what we'd been talking about before. We established rules for it and stuff, and they were all followed, except for the fact that I just didn't do 24 hours. So, I decided to do it again, and I succeeded, and yeah, that's what has happened. Now we're going to talk about what I want to happen. So, the month of September is going to be a very interesting one. As you know, if you've been watching my streams recently, I've been getting into Hollow Knight. Started streaming that a bit, got stuck both times I played it, and yeah, I've been enjoying it, and the reason why I'm playing that is because Silk Song is releasing on September 4th, and I have full intentions of streaming and making videos on Silksong, but I've never played Hollow Knight before, so I had to play that first in order to actually, like, know what the hell I'm doing. So yeah, Silksong is going to be a major part of September, and that's probably going to take up most of my schedule in terms of streaming, because I don't know how long that game's going to be, and I've never played anything like this. That game right now, just normal run of Hollow Knight is taking me forever, because I'm getting stuck in stupid parts. But yeah, it's my full intention to spend a lot of time on Silksong. I know it's a really highly anticipated game, so I think now is the best time to play it, since I've never actually done that. Never actually played Silksong, of course, because it has been out, but I also never played Hollow Knight, and I know that's a really popular game, and I just never really got into it, which is weird, because I love Metroidvanias and platformers, and it kind of checks all those boxes, and also has combat that's really nice. And I don't know why I never played it. There was no reason for me not to play it. I had bought it, like, months ago, almost a year ago now, with every intention of streaming. I just never got to it, but I figured now that Silksong's coming out, I might as well. And yeah. Now, Silksong's definitely going to take up most of the agenda, but later on in the month too, assuming I finish it soon enough, Octopath Traveler will be making a return, because after watching a Nintendo Direct I saw earlier on in the summer, well, I don't remember when I saw it, but definitely not the summer. Octopath Traveler, I don't remember what it's called, but a new Octopath Traveler game was announced to come out in December, and I haven't even played the second Octopath Traveler game, and I need to. But I also had never beaten the original Octopath Traveler, so I need to do that. As well, along with Octopath Traveler, Celeste would also be making a return, to where I can start playing the B-side levels and the C-side levels, because I have full intentions of returning to that series, because I really enjoyed Celeste, honestly. Like, even editing my videos on it, just looking back at the playthroughs, like, I really did enjoy it. It was some pretty hard platforming, but I was really surprised by the game. Thought the music was great, thought the gameplay was great, and I just liked every part of Celeste, and I'm really excited to return to it this September, this month. On the topic of Celeste, you can also expect this month to see the rest of the video uploads for it. I've only gotten 2 out at the time of recording this. The Prologue Through Old Sight and the Celestial Resort one, those ones are out at the moment, but the other 2 ones I have planned on coming out, and the full movie of all 4 of those still need to come out. So you can expect to see those this month, because, yeah, I've been kind of slacking. They should have already been out, honestly, but yeah. So yeah, those are my intentions. As for Octopath Traveler, I will be making videos on those, but you probably won't see any of that this month. That might be an October thing. And yeah. Those are, at least that's my plans for gaming. There is other stuff. There's one other game that I will be playing a lot this month, and, well, why don't I just show you what we're going to be doing? That's right, Minecraft. Minecraft is the game that's coming back this month. It's because I'm hosting a realm with my friends. Now, I never really hosted the realms, I just played on them. Now before this, Aiden was usually the one who hosted the realms. He made the realm, invited us all to it, and we just kind of played it. But this time around, I'm doing it. I'm hosting the realm. And It's kind of like a twist on Skyblock. I call it like Skyblock Plus, basically. It has a bunch of custom islands. It will have custom boss fights. It'll have end game stuff. The end is different. There's not going to be a nether as far as I know. We'll have to figure that out. But yeah, essentially it's just adding a lot more to Skyblock and trying to just make it as unique as possible for normal Minecraft, while still trying to keep it as vanilla as possible, because there was a vote that was held for mods that will be added to the server, and I don't know that list yet because it's not finalized, but... So I can explain the lore to the name Blue Duck SMP. So one day, my good old friend Ryder was doing a English Duolingo lesson for some reason. I don't know why he was doing it. I don't know why he was doing it. He speaks English just fine, clearly I don't, because I can't talk. And I don't know what the lesson was about, but there was a part where someone was going on a date with someone to a restaurant called the Blue Duck, and it was like a funny phrase he said, like, he was like, "What?
What? It's called the Blue Duck?"
And it was just kind of funny, and it just kind of stuck. Now, we didn't actually consider that name for a while, but me and both Ryder kind of came up on this name, kind of like on our own. Like, we weren't even in call or anything when this happened, we just both kind of thought of the name for it. And so after the realm we were doing, we started the realm called the Blue Duck SMP, which was just like a normal world. Like, there was nothing fun about it, really. Like, and nothing that's unique. It was fun, but there was like nothing like inherently unique about the realm. And then that realm died off, and then we played another one, and that died off. But now we're bringing it back, and it's better than ever, because it's completely unique, unlike anything we've ever done before, with floating islands and skyblock stuff. So I'm really looking forward to it. Its release is September 15th. It's on a Monday. I don't know what time on that Monday it'll be, but I do know it's happening. And, yeah. Now, as for who's playing the realm, it's about, like, 10 people total, I think. I am one of them, but I'm not gonna really be, like, playing the realm, per se. I'm gonna be, like, the moderator for the realm. Making sure everything's running fine, make sure, like, I didn't miss anything, make sure the mods are fine, update it as we go. So I'm not necessarily gonna be playing the realm, I'm just, like, a super host, basically. So we got that coming up in September, and that's pretty much all I got for gaming this month. Yeah. Now, another topic I've been thinking about is, you may notice that on YouTube or Twitch, I'm not really uploading or streaming as much as I have, and that's because I'm still in school, guys. I'm a senior. I'm almost done, but I'm still in school. And balancing school and work on top of all of this is just too much sometimes, so I don't always get the chance to stream or edit anything. And that's why there hasn't really been as many uploads as much. Now, I'm gonna try to fix that a little bit by just conserving my time a little bit better and, like, trying to, like, get a couple streams out a week and, like, edit at least a couple times a week. So the progress would still be fairly slow, but it would be consistent at least. It's not gonna be, like, one upload every 3 days and then I take, like, a 3-month hiatus and then come back. Like, it's not gonna be anything like that, per se. It's just gonna be, like, probably, like, an upload, like, every week or two, but, like, keep it at that consistent pace, while still getting, like, 3 to 4 streams out a week, which is what I wanted to do anyways. So, yeah, if you're wondering why there's been a lack of content recently, it's because I'm still in school, but I am almost done with school, and then when I am done with school, there'll be a lot more content, I promise, because I want this to be my job, ideally, at some point. And once I get to the point where I can start actually making this my job, then I can put as much time as I want into it, but I can't do that at the moment, because I just don't have the time to really treat this like that yet. Now, I try to treat it as that as much as I can, but at most, right now, it's just kind of like an extreme hobby, per se, instead of like a full-time thing, which I want it to be a full-time thing, but I just don't have the time to do this for, like, all day. I did over the summer, but I also worked over the summer, so that's why there was also not as much during the summer either. I don't really necessarily have a problem with that, I would say. Like, I, get burnt out sometimes, obviously. That's why I take a little bit of breaks from stuff. Like, I haven't streamed Super Smash Bros. In a meaningful way in a while, because it's kind of just burnt out from it, honestly. It will come back, though. Late Smash grinding will make a return this month as well. I should have mentioned that. So now, I think I want to start talking about nothing new yet. You can expect a couple videos coming out this month, and you will be able to expect a lot of streaming. Like, when Silk Song releases, I'm going to be on that, like, tenfold. Gonna be streaming that a lot, because I know it's gonna be the thing, kind of. And that's part of the reason why I'm playing it, because I know it's gonna be in, like, popularity at the moment. Because Silk Song's, like, a really high anticipated game. Like, it was announced, like, over 7 years ago at this point, I'm pretty sure. And I just want to see like what all the hype is about. If it's really as highly anticipated, I just want to know why. Because I've never played these games before, like I said, and I'm just really looking forward to it. Because like judging by the trailer and what I've currently played on Hollow Knight, it seems like it's going to be a great game. Now I want to shift my focus to something that happened this summer. It all has to do with that YouTuber I mentioned at the beginning of the video, @LowJart. It was June 11th. I believe I was streaming at the time that this happened, but my good old friend Aiden, go follow him on Twitch at twitch.tv/escapadum1 or something. I don't know what his name is. I think it's something like that. Or no, 9. Sorry, 9. He was streaming Minecraft, and it was on one of the realms we were playing. I don't really remember which realm exactly. And someone named @LowJart1 came. Now, at first, none of us really thought, why wasn't there, of course, but no one really thought of anything of it because he had like 90 followers or so on Twitch, so he was fairly popular in there for the most part, for us at least, because me and my friends, we're all fairly small creators and we don't really know what being popular is yet. But then this guy asked if he could join the server and if he can be a part of it. And around the same time, he also announced that he has 1 million YouTube subs. Now, to us, that's like a lot, and we were all kind of thinking like the same thing. If he had over 1 million YouTube subs, like that could be like a huge opportunity for us. Like if we could make friends with him, then we could also get popular off of him, which would be great. Like we were all wanting that at the moment because we were all kind of like a or especially me and Aiden, we were in like a bad mindset to like subs is everything at the time, and to a degree we still kind of are. But I've tried to shift away from that a little bit because now I understand the more important stuff. But anyways, we realized that it could be a huge opportunity, so we kind of like pulled him in a little bit, like tried to get him to be friends with us, which we did. Now, it was kind of weird, though, because the same night, he mentioned to Ryder that he knew who Clown Pierce was. And yes, Clown Pierce, the Clown Pierce. The Lifesteal SMP Clown Pierce. And Aiden is obsessed with that SMP and the Clown Pierce. So, of course, he believed it. Like, and I believed it, too. Like, we all fell for it. But he really only just mentioned him. Yeah. But we'll get back to that later. But over the weeks, we kind of, like, befriended him. He started playing the realm a lot, and he disclosed a bunch of stuff. The fact that his name is Corey. He has a wife and a kid. He has more than one. I don't remember how many. And he also said stuff that, he also said stuff like that he lives in Canada, and that he works on anime, like Demon Slayer. And I believe this, because he does animations, so him doing anime was kind of believable. And he also said that he was in prior Lifesteal SMP seasons, like he was in some of the old ones, but we looked into this and could never really find anything, but we'll come back to this later. Now, whenever he would play our realm, he would be on for like really long periods of time, like really late into the night. And he would also like sacrifice sleep for it. And if he wasn't on the realm, he was playing Rocket League with our good old friend Brayden. But it seemed like his whole life was just around like gaming. Like we were just his friends now. But it's kind of weird though, because he's like 27 or like 29. He's kind of old to be talking to a bunch of teenagers. So we already thought it was a little weird, but we just thought it was some innocent guy who just wanted some friends to talk with and whatnot. But anyways, later in the weeks, the Clown Pierce topic kind of came back, and he said that he can get Clown Pierce into our realm. But it was not in the way we thought. We thought that Clown Pierce would just be joining from like his computer or whatever. But it turns out that when Atlo mentioned Clown Pierce, he meant like he knew who he was, like in person as well. And he was currently going to an airport to go get him to bring him back to his house. So like, I don't know what they were doing. But essentially what was going to happen is whenever Clown Pierce got back to his house, he would play on the realm from his computer. And he did that, and allegedly Clown Pierce got on, but it's kind of weird though, because Atlo stated that Clown had no intention of talking and would stay muted. And, yeah, so he got on, and he didn't really do anything. All he ended up doing was just kind of like he didn't really end up doing anything when he got on. He just kind of destroyed a bunch of stuff, including some towers that Ryder made. He blew up my house. It was kind of really funny. I don't have the footage for it, unfortunately, so you just have to take my word for it. But, yeah, he then got off pretty much after that, and we never heard about it again. And we thought it was kind of weird, though, because whenever we were talking to the quote-unquote Clown Pierce, the only way he would talk is through the voice chat, like, there's like a chatting section in it, and he was only talking in, like, lowercase to just seem different, I guess, which was kind of weird. But we fell for it, of course, because it's Clown Pierce. And, yeah. Another point in the week, there was a day where @LowJart was trying to hunt me down in Minecraft. He wanted to kill me for some reason. I don't remember what I did, or what I was doing, but he just wanted to kill me for some reason. Now, I didn't want him to kill me, because I had, like, all my stuff on me at the time, and, I think I had, like, a lot of experience and stuff. The whole thing was, I just didn't want to die, so, as a joke, I suggested that I can, join his Patreon for him to stop chasing me down and trying to kill me, which I did. Now, we'll get back to the Patreon thing later, because that's going to be really important later. Sometime after this server ended, he decided to make his own server called the Atlo SMP. Now, it was just another Minecraft server, except it had mods on it and stuff, which was kind of cool, because we hadn't experimented with mods at this point. Now, we thought he had some kind of, like, weird building mod because of the house he made in this realm. But there's no way he just would have been able to make that instantly, but, I didn't actually really get into playing this realm, because I was still in, like, a Minecraft burnout phase at the moment, so I had very little to do with this realm, but it did happen. But, yeah. So I actually moved on to other games besides Minecraft. It was around that time where I was really into Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And he was also pretty into that game, and he joined me a couple times. But that's, around those streams is around the time that my doubts of him actually being this YouTuber kind of started. Because at first we were like, oh hey, here's an 1 million subscriber YouTuber. But then we started to question whether or not he actually was. And that's kind of the whole topic of talking about this, whether or not this dude is real, which we'll get to. Now, there's a couple instances where I thought he was being shady and weird. Most notably, there was one stream where me and him were just fighting in like an arena on Smash Bros. And some dude from my YouTube chat, I'm guessing, joined our server that we're in because I had everything just like showing on how to join. And he was just being kind of like not really toxic. He was just handing our asses to us, like he was just killing us a bunch. And Atlojart wanted him to like stop, so he went to the Twitch chat and asked him if he could stop like killing us and whatnot. So he did that, but then I asked him if he could also do that in the YouTube chat, because if he's watching from YouTube he might not see the Twitch message, which I asked him that if he could do that, and he kind of just dodged it. He didn't really have an intention of wanting to comment on there. There was many other instances too where I would have asked Atlojart to like comment on a YouTube channel or do something or that. And every single time that topic came up, he just dodged it. He just had no intention of really wanting to do that. Which was the only actual good way to prove that he was real, because there's like no like proof his Twitch and YouTube are linked. Because we did some digging and it turns out that on his YouTube and Instagram, there's like no mention or like link to his Twitch or even his Discord that he was talking to us in. So already that was kind of weird. And we asked him about it, and it just turned out he just didn't have it on there, so we just thought nothing of it. Another weird thing is that, Ryder asked him about one of his most popular characters on his YouTube channel. I don't remember his name, but he asked him about that, and Atlojart had no idea what he was talking about, which is weird, because you'd think your most popular animated character you'd know at least something about, but he had no idea about it. So that kind of threw us all for a loop, the fact that he didn't know his own character. And another thing that threw us for a loop is the fact that he can't speak Spanish, even though he resides in Mexico. Now, he claims that he lives in Canada and was just born in Mexico, but then left before he can really start learning how to speak Spanish. So we believe this a little bit, but that doesn't explain why everything on his YouTube and Instagram are, like, mostly Spanish and, like, Mexican related. And, he didn't really have any answer for this and just kind of dodged it. Anything that ever puts him in, like, a bad spot, he just doesn't really answer, or just finds a way not to answer it, or just like kind of changes the subject. But yeah. So one day, I asked him if he could speak Spanish, and he said he could, he just doesn't want to. However, another day, Ryder asked him the same thing, and he just straight up said he can't speak Spanish. So already, his story is changing a lot here, and it's like he's telling people like different things. And you would think he'd know Spanish, considering his YouTube and Instagram, so we thought this was weird. This is when we all kind of started to doubt his true identity. Now, I still clinged on to some hope, with just some hope that maybe he's real, and is actually what he claims to be, but more evidence just kept on coming up that he was fake. For example, recall earlier to the whole Clown Pierce thing, he also said that he was on some prior seasons of Lifesteal SMP. And we did some digging, and found no evidence of him being there. And when asking about it, of course he dodged the question. So already it was kind of weird that he wasn't answering something that he literally admitted to doing. And he also stated that this most recent Lifesteal SMP that has just started, he said he was going to be a part of it. But lo and behold, whenever the thing started, he was nowhere to be seen. But this was because, sometime before the lifesteal SMP started, he went to Tokyo, Japan, to work on anime stuff. And he claimed that the reason why he can't be on lifesteal is because he's in Tokyo. But yeah, this is like a totally legitimate excuse, right? Wrong. Aiden went to one of the lifesteal SMP members' Twitches and asked them if they've ever even heard of him, and they have no idea who he was. Now, I don't remember which member this was, but it was a member. Yeah, they have literally never heard of him. And this is where Aiden's suspicions kind of started to like, get up there on the ranks as to whether or not he's real. So at this point, everyone kind of like had their final doubts, and we started to kind of just brainstorm ideas in a way to catch him. Like, make him admit that he was fake and not the person he was telling us he was. Now, I had a good idea. Recall to me saying that we would play Super Smash Bros. Ultimate sometimes. My idea was to make it to where we would get, like, someone toxic or meme would join and just kind of bully him and kick his ass. And it would make it to where chat wouldn't show up on my screen because I have it set to that. And I would make it to where he's forced to message in my YouTube chat to tell us gotta stop, but he never did that. Because it was either because he just chose not to, because no guy actually ever came. So, like, no person ever came to, like, kick his butt and make him mad. So, because he's not really that good at the game, honestly. Like, I kind of, like, kicked his ass every single time he played. He's not that good. But, yeah. So that plan didn't work. Another thing that kind of proved... No, another thing that we were trying to do to prove his identity was to have him donate money to some of us. Because if he's really who he is, he claims to have, like, a lot of money. Like, his net worth is, like, insane, apparently. And, if we can bait him into donating, like, a large sum of money, then that could prove something. Now, before that, he had actually, gifted me a sub on Twitch for, like, $5 or $6, however much that is. So, that itself didn't really prove anything, but he did that in effort to, keep the lie going. So, yeah, we couldn't really bait him into giving us more, unfortunately. So, I came to a really big revelation after that. Remember the Patreon thing I talked about earlier? Turns out there's an option to DM the person in charge of the Patreon, in this case at Lojar. So, I DM'd him with a simple question starting like, hey, do you have a Discord server that you share stuff on? And he didn't really answer for a few days, but then he finally did and said that he does have a Discord. He doesn't share stuff on it, but he does have one, he just doesn't really use it. Now, this didn't really prove anything it didn't really do anything. Him claiming to have a Discord server but not using it doesn't tell us that he, the same person that we've been talking to. It doesn't really say much, because he could be saying that to, like, hide the fact that he uses this Discord to talk to people privately, so it didn't really do anything. So a day in call, I suggested if I should literally just ask him, like, the big questions, like, are you currently living in Tokyo? Do you live in Canada? Do you work on anime? Do you have a Twitch? And so I asked him all this stuff on DMs and Patreon. I also went to some general chat that was in Patreon and posted a picture of the Discord guy that we've been talking to. And I asked, hey, is this his account? Is this Lojar's account? And someone in the Patreon said it probably is, and I shouldn't bother them. So that didn't really actually have much to do with it. But then, at long last, Lojar messaged me back and said that he does not live in Canada. He lives in Mexico. He is not currently in Tokyo, and he does not work on anime. Or, he said he has a Twitch, but doesn't use it. He, like, used it to, like, do something, like, a long time ago, but he doesn't use it. So, that put the nail in the coffin. That was the final proof to prove that this guy was not the guy who we thought it was. That was the final proof to prove that he was not who he's been saying he was. And so when we immediately found this out, because I was in call with, like, 5 other people, and so we all started to just DM him and, like, ping him and all the servers that we were in with him, being like, we know, like, tell the truth, we know who you are, and stuff like that. We know you're lying. And he must not like this, because he swiftly blocked all of us after that. Now, he didn't block Aiden right away, and the only reason why he didn't block Aiden right away is because he wasn't in call at the time when this was happening. I don't even think he was really home. So, that never happened. But then a few days later, he did get blocked. Or he did at least left the server or something. So, that was the last we ever heard from this guy. So, we'll never actually really know who this guy was or what his intentions were. Personally, I think he was just some lonely 20-something-year-old who just wanted some friends. And if he really did have a wife and kids, the fact that he was sacrificing time over them to play with some teenagers is kind of weird. But that's not my place to say that. Maybe that's just their relationship, if he has a relationship. He might not even have a wife and kids. That could have just been part of the line. But, yeah. We never heard from him again, and that's essentially the story of how I was a massive help in busting someone's fake persona of who they actually were, their fake identity, and just getting rid of this creep. So I don't really know what his intentions were. Like, he could have been trying to do something bad, so proving this could have actually helped us in the long run, because he could have, like, baited us into doing something, or I'm not really sure what he would have wanted us to do, but nonetheless, it was a very satisfying moment to finally catch him, especially with months of suspicion. And yeah, that's the story of how I busted that guy, and how all of us collectively kind of helped do it. Because it wasn't just me, but you should be seeing videos from Ryder and Aiden at some point talking about their points of views and how they had their own individual helps in the situation. But yeah, that's enough of this @Lojar guy. So yeah, as a little recap, because that Atlo situation kind of took a lot of time. 24-hour live stream was cool this summer, and a lot of stuff happened this summer. And I'll be playing Silksong a lot when it comes out, and I'm gonna try to finish up Hollow Knight soon, to where I'm ready to play it. I got a new Minecraft server coming out, got more Celeste videos coming out, and more Celeste streams and Octopath Traveler streams will be happening again this September. And the biggest story of them all was how I busted the identity of some person pretending to be a 1 million subscriber YouTuber. And that's pretty much all that's happened, and all that will happen. Now, as for anything else I'm doing this September, I don't know yet. The only stuff I've shared with you is stuff I plan on happening, but of course I can't predict what's going to happen this month. So, that's what the October coffee break video is going to be. Essentially, these videos are going to act as, like, news videos, kind of. So, this one, for example, is everything that's happened prior to this and what I plan on happening for this month. But the October coffee break will be covering anything extra that happened in this month of September, and the stuff I plan on to do in October, and then it's going to kind of just follow that path. So it's going to be like a monthly kind of just like a newsletter, essentially. Just like what's expected to happen, what has happened, and just stuff like that. So, yeah. This has been the first coffee break for the month of September. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.